Manager 23 Ferrari career mode, the finale at the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix here for round 23 of the season. We are excited for this one, and we are going to change out the parts of Leclerc and Hamilton just before we get into the weekend. We're going to have a look at the race prep as well. There we go. Going to the performance targets just before we start the weekend as well. Now, we want to end the season on a massive high, and we want to try and win this final race and beat Red Bull, hopefully. So let's get straight into the weekend. We're going to do practice 1 to see if we can get the perfect setup.
The season draws to a close here with the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix. A long season has led us around the world over all this year's races to get here. The last chance to settle the season in the final round. There's a reason why the Yas Marina circuit is used as a test track. The long straights put engine power through its paces, while the twists and bends make medium speed downforce just as important at this challenging circuit. It was Charles Leclerc who tasted victory in the last race, but he will surely be looking to find the recipe for success again and achieve another podium place. It's time then for another thrilling weekend of F1 drama.
Okay guys, so the championship might be over, but we're still going out fighting here, hoping for a double podium. We're going to go out here in practice, and we're going to send both drivers out. And we're going to start with Charles, and Lewis comes out shortly behind as well. So we're just going to get the initial setup here from both of our drivers, and then we're going to be able to bring them back to the garage and then adjust it as to how they like it. Looks like Leclerc's top at the moment, so not that it means anything, they're just trying to pick up some data. Taken quite a lot of the session to get through this so far. Let's see what they say. They should be finished soon.
The car is okay.
Car is okay.
Understood.
Okay, so Leclerc says it's good. We're going to bring him in.
Let's see if we can have a balance check. Balance check.
And it's good for Leclerc, great for Lewis off this base setup. That is a surprise. We're going to see now what we can do. Okay, so optimal, bad on the traction. Interesting. Let's see if we can do anything to dramatically improve that. Okay, and we're going to try that for Leclerc to try and improve the traction somewhat. So we're going to go with that. And let's have a look at what Lewis wants. Okay, so great on everything apart from the straights. Okay. I think we're probably... We're probably going to go with that for Lewis and see what we can do. So we're going two different directions with the drivers. Hamilton wants a bit more top speed. Leclerc wants a bit more stability. So we're going to send them out for the end of the session, see if it's an improvement on their setups, and then we'll skip straight into qualifying. Okay, so we're going to send them out once more. and see what they say. Hopefully this is an improvement. Okay, and they're nearly done with 20 minutes to go. What are they going to say?
Big crash there. Just debris all around.
Okay, so it's not what we thought. It was a crash,
VSC.
but they'll be
Watch
done
your left.
soon.
And give us a balance check when you can.
Feels okay.
Okay, copy.
And I think that could be worse with Lewis.
Is you okay?
Okay, like this.
Copy that.
And for Leclerc, it's going very well. For
Traffic
Hamilton, not as much.
Pit
And that
limiter,
is
please.
really good
Stop on the marks.
for Leclerc, so we're going to give him that. What about Lewis? Okay, so we've gone the wrong way on the straights. Interesting. So we will need to... We'll need to reverse that. Okay. Okay, so we're going to go for that for Hamilton. And there's not going to be much time left in the session for him. We're going to keep Leclerc... Actually, no, we're going to send him out there on these tyres right at the end. And Lewis, I don't think we'll get time to go out before the end of the session. Maybe for 2 or 3 laps, just to get accustomed to the setups. But we went the wrong way with Lewis there. That's something that I really like about this game. The satisfying nature when you get the setup right to 100%, that's amazing. But it can be difficult if you go the wrong way. Okay. And Leclerc's just going out to get some more experience, some more know-how of the track.
So we have taken the flow.
Okay, so Hamilton did not complete it there, but he has got a better understanding. And interesting, Alonso... Oh, and I thought this was just for first practice. We're going to have to confirm this for qualifying, but from what it looks like, it does look like Mick Schumacher has replaced Carlos Sainz at Mercedes. And after a few very lackluster Grand Prix, at least for Carlos Sainz, it looks like Mercedes have only gone and pulled the trigger and have replaced him with their reserve driver. So Mercedes are not messing around at all. And Mick Schumacher looks like he's been given the call up for Mercedes on the last Grand Prix weekend of the season. So let's see what he can do this weekend. Sainz has been near the bottom, so I don't think he can do much worse, but we're going to have to wait and see. So we're just changing over these parts, and we're going to simulate straight to qualifying, and we're going to listen to Crofty before we get into things.
Our weekend continues with qualifying as the drivers fight it out for a strong grid position.
Drivers are able to defend well during races at Abu Dhabi, preventing rivals from gaining easy positions. Setting a good grid position during qualifying is fundamental as a result.
Karun, how do you think Logan Sargent's going to be feeling at the moment?
We saw some disappointing lap times from them in practice. It could be that the team were experimenting with the car, but the pressure's now on them to deliver.
So stay with us, folks. It's sure to be a good one.
Okay guys, so we're going to quickly change the parts back over on both cars before we send them out for quali. And some teams are choosing to take penalties with their drivers, but we are not. We're going to have slightly older and more used parts than some other cars, but we will have the track position and we will be quite far in front. So hopefully this will pay off for us this weekend. But we're going to see what we are able to do in qualifying, and hopefully we are able to qualify top 5 with both cars, I want to say. There might be a Aston Martin or a Mercedes that creeps in. And we're going to just hold off there. We're going to let the track evolution improve a little bit. Probably going to head out for our lap with about 8 minutes left on the clock with both drivers. And that should be enough to see us through to Q2. Oh no, Sainz is back in, so it was just for the practice session, Mick Schumacher. Okay. I thought Sainz got sacked there for a moment, but nope, he's been given the all clear for the final race. Okay, so we're going to head out with Hamilton. I'm also going to head out with Charles. And we're going to watch on board with Lewis through his lap. Where is this going to put Hamilton on the run up to the line? It's going to put him P4 behind Russell.
Currently P4. Okay, let's call the car and we'll box.
And that is an awful lap for Charles.
We have P9.
P9. And we look like we might have dropped down a little bit this weekend in the pecking order so far. Especially with Leclerc, we did not expect that lap. We're going to progress into Q2. We only used one set of tyres there, so crucially we'll be able to do 2 runs on all of these tyres. So we're going to go out on the old tyres first with both of these cars, and we're going to get an early banker in, and then we're going to wait and see. Okay, so this time we're going to go with Charles, followed by Lewis this time. And there's going to be a little bit of traffic perhaps. Nope, they peeled into the pit. So we're going to go on the board with Charles for this lap. Hello, purple sector for Hamilton. Hello, purple sector Charles Leclerc, and Ferrari are starting to hot it up a little bit now. And this is going to be so tight between the two drivers. They are basically neck and neck through these first two sectors. Where are they going to end up as we go on board?
B2.
And look at that, both drivers within a tenth of Sergio Perez. Leclerc getting the better of Hamilton on that occasion, but that is on an old set of tyres.
Okay, Lewis, so you're currently P3. That's a good lap, Lewis. So call the car and we'll box.
Understood.
And all of a sudden in this session, it looks like we've got some pace back. Oh, as I say that, Verstappen hammers the field with a very impressive lap time. We're going to see if we can go any quicker on our new tyres. We're going around the track once more. Hopefully we don't get any traffic starting this last lap. Nope, no traffic, and they're all good to go. So let's watch into Charles Leclerc on this lap.
So you take the flag.
Okay, and there's no improvements from Leclerc, no improvements from Hamilton, so we're going to call them both in. And that's it for the session. They are done after not making any improvements on the new tyres. And we progress to Q3 now. And we're going to use the old tyres here, the 93%. We've still got some energy in them after we didn't complete the whole lap. Okay guys, so we're about to go out now with Hamilton first this time. And it's going to be followed up by Charles. So let's watch Hamilton this time round. What can we produce? And it's not the fastest first sector by either of the drivers. And they're a tenth slower than the Q2 laps here in Sector 1. Hamilton only with the green sector. Leclerc with the purple sector. And Leclerc on course to go quicker than Hamilton. Where will they end up? Verstappen currently on pole. Only third for Hamilton.
Okay, Lewis, so that's a P3.
P2
So we're
for
happy
Charles
with that
Leclerc.
lap. Box, and call the car.
Yep.
And we're going to pit them both and go out on a
Currently
fresh set.
P2.
Fresh set of
Last one, a
tyres
very
at
good
the
lap.
end. And Perez was hampered on his lap. Russell goes P3. So we need to make sure Hamilton improves here on his final lap. We're going to go out with about 2 and a bit minutes left on the clock. Okay, so now we're going to send out Charles with Lewis right behind him this time. And we're going to hope and pray that they can improve on their laps to get a front 2 rows start. And it's an improvement for Charles in the first sector. That is good. Hamilton not improving through the first sector. What about the second sector? We're going to advance it here.
Taking the back.
Russell on his last lap. Absolute blinder to currently claim a provisional second place. What does Leclerc have to say about that? And Leclerc goes yellow in sector 2. What about Lewis Hamilton? And he does improve. So what do they do here at the end of the lap? And what can Leclerc get? And he doesn't improve. He does slightly. What does Hamilton do? And Hamilton is only 8th. 4th and 8th.
And P4. Good job on them.
Nice job.
That is not a nice job at all. And we are going to move up with Hamilton with Sainz and Alonso picking up the penalties. So it's going to be 4th and 6th.
The time has come to fight it out. It's race day.
Yas Marina has played host to a fair few title-deciding races, such as 2016 when Lewis Hamilton secured the top podium spot, only for Mercedes teammate Nico Rosberg to claim second and secure his maiden World Championship.
What can we expect from that man right there, Charles Leclerc?
I don't think there can be any real complaints over their performance so far. They know what's expected of them and they're making sure to deliver.
And teams will have to make tough, split-second decisions here if they're going to succeed. An exhilarating race lies ahead of us with the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix.
Okay guys, so let's select the strategy for today. And I think we're going to go 2-stop with Leclerc, and I think we're going to go 1-stop with Hamilton. We're going to split the strategy, 2-stop, 1-stop. And we're going to see how that works for us.
Only 58 laps stand between the drivers and the checkered flag here under the lights at the Yas Marina circuit. Could this be a big race for that man, Alexander Albon?
There's potential for them starting 10th. If luck goes their way in the race, they could move up the pack.
And it looks like we're good to go. Hold on tight. It's the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix. And it's lights out and away we go.
Hunting time.
And Leclerc could lose out here to the Aston. And Leclerc's lost out to Stroll. And that they lose out to Stroll, and that is not a good start for Charles at all. But he's all over the back there of Stroll.
And slow down now.
Okay, so Charles going to stay in DRS range perhaps. No, he doesn't. But Hamilton is staying with him as well.
Try to put pressure on him.
And he's got DRS range now.
Look after tyres.
On Stroll. And the Red Bulls are in a race of their own for first and second. But what can Leclerc do? He's dropped Hamilton at last, but Hamilton has clear track behind him now as well. Gasly on softs, so he will try to make his way up as we progress through the Grand Prix. And we might need a little bit of tyre saving from Leclerc at some point. And he's just getting dropped by the two cars ahead at the moment. And they're both on mediums, so this is not a good look for us. But they are fighting, so this brings them both into the mix. Red Bull shooting away in the distance.
Focus on tyres.
Copy.
And look at that, Leclerc going for it again.
Make sure that we don't fall off the cliff on that tyre.
And we're just going to skip it along a little bit there. And there's Leclerc all over the back of Stroll. And we're trying to tyre save here, big time. And we're going to do that with both drivers.
Look after tyres.
And they are really looking after their tyres here at this point in the Grand Prix. Hamilton on 81 at this stage. And this is fantastic news for Hamilton, who's trying to do the one stop. This could be a good strategy. He's sticking on the back of Leclerc, who's doing a two-stop. Hamilton, much more tyre in hand, is able to stick on the back of these guys in the DRS train. He might become a factor for maybe a podium at this stage in the race. So we're going to skip it along a little bit more, see if we can do anything with our drivers. And we're right up close again to these guys, and the Red Bulls are gone, but a lovely four-way scrap for P3 is emerging. You've got Lance Stroll, George Russell, Charles Leclerc, Lewis Hamilton. 4 cars going for P3 in this race. And as it currently looks, it looks like Stroll, Russell and Leclerc all going for the 2-stop. Hamilton on the 1-stop. And at this rate, he would have 20 seconds in hand on those 3 cars in front. But we're going to see if Leclerc can do anything with the DRS. He pulls out of the slipstream. We're not able to do anything there.
Keep pushing.
And we've got the gap back down. And we're going to have a look now with Leclerc, are we? Can we get close enough in the DRS? And they're chopping and changing these two, Russell and Stroll, for P3. And there's Leclerc, and he's keeping them honest, these two in front. Hamilton just starting to drop off ever so slightly. 7 tenths behind. He's showing immense pace on those mediums early on. We're going to keep skipping, and I think Hamilton might have to slightly improve the pace to stay within DRS, and he has. And there's Leclerc just having to sit behind these two cars. He's on the faster tyre, but can't do anything about it at this point in the race.
Again,
And he's
push a bit
right on
more.
the back, all of them there,
copy.
still together. 9 seconds in front of them, 9 seconds behind them. There goes Leclerc now, starting to put the hammer down
You can catch him.
to try and overtake these cars in front. And that has enabled them now. Stroll's in the pit lane, and there's going to be no DRS for George Russell. What will Leclerc be able to do? Let's have a little look here, see if we can do this right. So we're going to go on hard tyres at the end of this lap for Leclerc. Will he be able to overtake Russell on track? On track before he makes the pit stop. We're going to go on board. Gaining all the time, Leclerc, and he goes past George Russell. Will Russell be able to stick it in there? Nope, and Leclerc is able to get the move done. And Hamilton's still there. And there's Leclerc.
Just need to make sure we keep these tyres in good nick.
Understood.
And in comes Charles Leclerc.
Box.
Understood.
And Russell continues, and Hamilton will have the DRS now. And he's still conserving his tyres, 61%. It's an average stop for Ferrari and Charles Leclerc, but we make no massive errors as it stands. And Hamilton has the DRS down the straight. And we're going to harvest all the fuel.
Don't think about getting the pack back up.
We're going to sort out everything here behind Russell. There's Leclerc, and he's right on the back of Alonso. Will he be able to get the move done with DRS? We're going to go straight with Leclerc. Hamilton with the DRS, but he's going to drop back from Russell. And there's Leclerc through on Alonso now. And we've come out well ahead of Lance Stroll. What was Stroll doing? Did he have an issue in the pit lane? We don't know, but he's come out 6 seconds behind when he was about a second ahead. And Hamilton going for it again on Russell. And Russell has no pace right now at all. We're saving fuel, saving tyres. And Russell just struggling, clearly, for pace in this race.
Possible to follow.
And at Hamilton,
So head down.
Hamilton passed Leclerc in 7th. And now we're going to conserve with Leclerc. He's on the back of Lando Norris. And the soft tyre currently not looking like a good race tyre.
Slow down.
Yeah, copy.
And we'll push.
Yep.
And now we're going to push and stop conserving. Leclerc's up to 5th, only 6 seconds off Perez now. So we're going to see what we can do. And for Hamilton as well, Verstappen's joined the back of the pack. And Verstappen's chucked a nose up the inside, and he's passed Hamilton. And he's passed Hamilton there. And with the DRS, can Hamilton follow Verstappen through on Russell? And they're both going to get DRS. but who's going to have the straight line speed? And it looks like Russell's just edging it. Russell finally into the pit lane. And we're going to go all-out attack with Hamilton now till the end of the pit window. What can he do? And we're keeping the gap to Perez honest now. We are keeping the gap honest, and it is going up to Verstappen all the time. And it's a VSC. Whoa, whoa, whoa. This is amazing for our race. Hamilton is right by the pit lane. And we're about to chuck on a set of hard compound tyres. This could be fantastic.
BSC. Stay on that delta.
And Hamilton's in.
Big shunt for him. Possible debris there. Watch out.
It looks like everyone else is going to have to pit again. Hamilton doesn't. And it's 2.8. Let's follow him out the pit lane. Where's he going to end up? And he ends up behind Lance Stroll. And somehow, look at that. Hamilton, with his VSC, comes out ahead of Leclerc, and Leclerc's got to do another pit stop. So it's really benefiting Hamilton here. And even though he is 21 seconds off the Red Bulls, it should be comfortable for him to gain a P3 finish at this state in the race. So now Leclerc is going to go onto the normal mode. Hamilton is going to push for one lap on his hard compound tyres.
DRS has been enabled.
And Hamilton having a go at Lance Stroll instantly.
Head down.
Head down, head down. Right, up the inside. Can we go? Oh, and it's not quite, but we're going to squeeze up the inside. And we're going to come away from this. And we're going to go to the front straight. And they're still side by side, these two cars. And Hamilton has his tyres up to temperature. He's got full ERS. And we're just going to nurse these tyres. And Hamilton's starting to drop Lance Stroll. That is very interesting. And Leclerc's been done by Russell.
Try your best.
And it looks like Russell now is on a two-stop, and this could be perfect for Hamilton. 18 seconds off the lead, only 9 off Perez. Could P2 be on the cards here at the moment? And Hamilton has got Stroll out of DRS as it stands. And he's doing very well to keep the gap down to the Red Bulls.
So the stops are starting to happen now.
And he's keeping the gap honest to the Red Bulls out front.
Yeah, we just need to make sure that we don't fall off a cliff on that tyre.
And we're not losing any more ground to Perez. And we're hoping for some sort of safety car right near the end, perhaps, to chuck on a set of softs. Will be a net P3. And now we're going to go gung-ho with Charles Leclerc to see what he can do. Hunting time indeed. And Hamilton's actually starting to cut into the gap of Sergio Perez, who might go on a set of mediums towards the end of this Grand Prix. We're going to go on board with Charles Leclerc, who's now just about to be in DRS range of George Russell. And it's fastest lap for Lance Stroll, who currently is now on a brand new set of hard tyres. Will Leclerc be able to capitalise and get past George Russell here? And Leclerc goes up the inside. Will he get DRS as well? Second bite. No, he won't. He has to defend. With 23 laps to go. And this is looking good for Hamilton at the moment. And Leclerc looking to pull away from Russell. And he's got that DRS advantage over Russell now. And it's looking good for Charles. We're going to try and eke this stint out as long as possible. Verstappen in the pit lane. Hamilton only 8 seconds behind Checo Perez now with 20 laps to go. Still has fresh tyres. He could claim P2 quite easily here. If he plays his cards right, of course. And there's Lewis Hamilton. And there's Max Verstappen, only just in front and on mediums. He's played an absolute blinder with the strategy. And it looks like Perez is going to be another 10 seconds down the road behind Hamilton. And Hamilton has DRS on Verstappen. And this is going to help him keep in touch here on the Dutchman. And we're going to get DRS again for the second time. And it means that Verstappen can't just waltz away instantly. We're going to close up to about 0.8 of a second to the end of this straight. And by the end of the lap, it's gone out to 1.7 already. But they're all closing on Checo Perez, Hamilton as well, and he's only 7 seconds off Perez now. Perez is throwing his race away at this stage of the Grand Prix. I cannot believe what I'm seeing here. He's throwing it away. He's only 2.5 off Verstappen, and Verstappen is pushing hard on these tyres, but at this rate he's got 15% more tyre to use. And there's Charles Leclerc, whose pit window, and look, I think he's going to try and go till lap 43 here, providing they don't hold each other up. And Perez finally in the pit lane. Hamilton only 4 seconds down the road to Verstappen. A good effort so far. Russell also has to pit again, so that is crucial. And he's got 6 seconds on Russell. Leclerc, Hamilton, 7 seconds. And we're going to see at which point they start to hold each other up. I think it's got to be at the end of this lap for Leclerc. We're going to go on to mediums till the end of the Grand Prix.
And box, speed confirm and box.
And there's Leclerc, and he's gaining all the time now. And it is the perfect
Just introduce a
time
little bit of lift and coast.
for Leclerc to come into the pit lane. And there he goes.
Charles McLean.
Copy.
3 second stop again.
And let's push.
And there's Leclerc, and he comes out in
Pick
6th.
up the pace. Okay.
Was the white line all clear in exit?
And there's Leclerc, who has to gain about 6-7 seconds to Fernando Alonso. It's been a really good showing from Ferrari here after a very terrible qualifying. 10% more for Max Verstappen at this rate in the Grand Prix. We're going to put Charles down to medium.
You can slow down.
Yeah, copy that.
And Checo is catching, but Lewis might be able to hold on here. Surely Fernando's going to struggle to make it. And look at that, Hamilton's 10 seconds to Verstappen now at this point. With Checo Perez catching up at an absolute rate of knots. What is his tyre wear looking like? And he has 11% in hand over Hamilton at this rate, but we've got a full package of ERS to use. And Charles Leclerc looking for P4, 2 Aston Martins up ahead of him. What will he be able to do? He's right on the back DRS of Stroll. There's a yellow flag. Has anyone crashed? Nope, it looks like it's gone clear. And yep, it was a lock up by Logan Sargent. And we're going to have a run on Stroll with Charles. And it won't be this straight, but we might be able to get the overtake done by the end of the next straight. And here comes Charles.
Just push.
And he's going to come up the inside to make the overtake. And it's P5 for Leclerc. And he's left him already by a second. And he's right on the back of Alonso. And Hamilton's going to try and do everything he can to hold Perez behind. And there's Leclerc, who looks like he's going to claim P4. 7% more for Checo Perez on the tyre wear. And if we can keep Perez behind for a little bit with that ERS deployment, we're going to try and use it all to keep him behind for the next 3 to 4 laps. Is all we need, and then hopefully that will be enough. But he's all over the back of us. And we're going to go attacking with Charles as well.
Try to put pressure on him.
5% more for Perez. Can we keep him behind for a few laps? And that could be enough to maintain P2. And Perez coming for it up the inside. But we keep it level. Can Hamilton get the DRS? He does. And Hamilton's soldiering right back through again. Past that Red Bull. Will he get there? And he does. He's back past. That is crucial to the tyre wear. All the time becoming more and more similar. And meanwhile, here's Charles Leclerc on Alonso. And he sends it down the inside. And it's Leclerc into P4. And Leclerc also has full ERS. So we're going to deploy it on Leclerc as well. And he's passed now. Let's see how close he can get to the end of this Grand Prix. And look, Hamilton being swarmed by Checo Perez. And Perez trying to make the creative overtake, but it's not quite working out for him. And he's only got 2% more tyre wear now, and this is going fantastically well for us. We slingshot out of the hairpin using some ERS, and Perez cannot get close down this straight. We're strategically using our ERS, saving it for the 2 straights every lap, and it's looking good at the moment to keep Checo behind. And we've done it again. We're actually pulling away down the straight. And we're just going to ease up on the ERS usage there. And again, another lap ticking by where Perez cannot get through. And that's 10 to go now. And Perez is getting very frustrated. And he just can't overtake. And he is all over the back, but he just can't do anything about it.
Look at the tires.
And we're going to strategically keep the ERS. And there's Charles Leclerc with the fastest lap. Fantastic. An extra point for Ferrari. And we're going to get ready to deploy it once more down the straight here to see what we can do. And we're deploying it all. With another good exit. What can we do? We do have a car in the slipstream ahead of us. Will we be able to hold him off? And here comes Perez. We're not going to be able to hold him off, I don't think. And there's Perez side by side. And we're going to keep our foot in. And we're going to stay there. And we're going to get the run with the ERS out of the corner with the DRS as it pings open. And we're coming straight back past, or are we? Perez also has the DRS on the inside. Perez, and he looks like he might keep the place. And we've been absolutely done over by that Alfa Romeo. That has messed us up big time.
And DRS is disabled. DRS disabled.
And we're going to stay in the DRS as we are starting to use a bit of our tyres now to stay in contact with Perez. And we are. This is going to be a straight fight to the end for these two. And there's another yellow flag. It's not Leclerc, it's not Hamilton. And here comes Hamilton. And he's having a go now. Oh, he sells the dummy on Perez. What an overtake. Wow, that is fantastic. Sells him the dummy and they're side by side. Hamilton is going to be there for the rest of the race against Perez.
Yeah, don't sweat it, Lewis. Don't sweat it.
Meanwhile, Leclerc is just going to be closing. And Hamilton's going to be there for the remaining 7 laps against Perez. Fight for P2. And Hamilton coming through on Perez on lap 51 of the Grand Prix. Will Perez get the overtake done? No, not quite. So Perez has to wait another lap. And we're on lap 52. Perez, can he get it done? And he's got it done before the DRS. Who gets the DRS down the straight? And it is Perez. That is crucial. And now we need to really go aggressive here to keep in the DRS. And we're not. We've fallen out of the DRS. And now we need to crucially get right back into it or we're going to be out. And we've got into it. That is crucial for our race.
So let's uplift the coast all round, Lewis.
Yep.
And we're there. We are there still again on Checo Perez. And we're going to have a run into the second straight. This has been a crazy ding-dong battle that has been enabled by the VSC, or Hamilton would be around roughly where Leclerc is in this Grand Prix, and he's going to send it again. Hamilton down the inside with that trademark, send it, lick the stamp. And they're close again, these two. And Hamilton's behind once more. But he's going to get DRS. And his tyres are slowly becoming better than that of Checo Perez.
Yeah, Lewis,
and he's going to get the DRS. Lewis asking for more power.
4 laps remain.
We are happy also for you to improve the pace there.
No management here required.
And Hamilton's been re-overtaken. And we're going to progress to lap 55 now. And with the DRS, he's going to say thank you very much to Checo as he flies through once more. Both drivers on the limit. Leclerc closing up a little bit to these two. And Perez crucially can't get the job done this time round. Will Hamilton be able to hold on? And he's actually starting to eke out the gap a bit. It's half a second now. Leclerc's got the gap to 5 seconds as well behind these two. And there's Perez now trying to make the move. And he can't make it stick. What about on the second straight? He's gaining all the time, but he can't do it again. And they're both using up the rest of their tyres now at this point in the Grand Prix. And they're going to come on to the final lap. And Hamilton looking to eke ahead. This is a thrilling fight on the final lap.
There's more LICO for performance.
Copy.
Will he be able to hold on? And he's going to use ERS as well, Hamilton, for the rest of the lap. Here comes Checo Perez. And he's not going to get it done on this first straight, but can he get it done on the last opportunity? Hamilton still using his ERS to try and pull away. He's got 0.4 of a gap. Will that be enough? And it looks like it will be, and we will retain an excellent P2 here on a day where Ferrari have not been as quick as Red Bull. But even Leclerc, he's gained 5 seconds on these two in a matter of 4 laps. I think it is, a second a lap roughly. Verstappen wins, but we don't care about that because we're going to watch Lewis Hamilton
Max
come
Verstappen
home.
over the finish line and today's winner.
And Hamilton coming home for a spectacular P2 in the final race of the season.
So we have taken the flag, Nicholas, so that's P2.
This is really positive for us all, guys.
Beautiful work, Lewis.
Taking it back. P4.
Nice one, guys. Thank you.
Nice weekend.
And we end the season on a massive high. Max Verstappen in a league of his own here in Abu Dhabi. But we did not expect to get P2. Perez looked way out in the distance. A VSC came along and changed our fortune for Hamilton on the one stop.
Wow, what a fantastic drive from Lewis Hamilton.
This podium is something the whole team can be proud of. Excellent strategy and perfectly executed.
That makes it all worth it, doesn't it? Seeing your team ready to share the celebrations. The highly decorated record breaker from Stevenage once again taking to the podium.
The trophy cabinet must be full by now. That's 10 podiums this year, a masterful achievement.
Hard to believe that's another one over. The season's ended, the party's just beginning, here in Abu Dhabi. As far as Ferrari are concerned, Karun, how do you think they'll be feeling after that race?
They'll certainly be pleased to have made the podium. A job well done for sure.
And that then concludes our time here in Abu Dhabi.
And that's it for this season of Formula One. The teams will be working hard at the break, gearing up for another year of thrilling F1 action.
Okay guys, so there you have it. This is the final race result of our Ferrari career mode. Lewis Hamilton climbing 4 places to claim P2. A masterful strategy. Charles Leclerc ended up with the fastest lap there. As you can see, Verstappen, the world champion, by a landslide to Sergio Perez. Leclerc ending in 3rd with Hamilton in 4th. In the Constructors, we finished 2nd, way out in front of Mercedes in 3rd, but way behind Red Bull. And in the DHL fastest pit stop, we come P3 behind McLaren and Red Bull. And yeah, altogether a successful season, guys. And there we go, guys. We are now at the end of the season. And this will be, as I say, the end of the Ferrari 2023 career mode here on F1 Manager. We will be back for F1 Manager 24. Stay tuned, guys. We'll be back on release day in July with the first episode of a My Team career mode episode, guys. So stay tuned for that. I'm really excited. Really good episode coming your way. Thank you very much, guys, for watching. Take care. Peace.